Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Henry and Susan, and we are here again live on another podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about fires, how they will affect your production on your solar panels. Here in Southern California, we are getting tons of fires here.
First of all,
Go ahead.
before you continue, um, because of the fires, we have to be careful as solar panel cleaners, or Henry for that matter. If there's a lot of smoke, we recommend you wear a mask and make sure that you're not inhaling all that because it can affect you. So that's number one. But a lot of these fires, you see a lot of ash falling onto from the sky because of the fires. So that lands on your solar panels, and that creates a buildup, just like dirt. The ashes create a buildup on your solar panels, which could lower the productivity on your solar panels. Correct?
I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest, because that's exactly what it does. Is it affects your solar panels and your production, and a lot of people are experiencing a lot of fires around them right now, especially in Los Angeles. Here, there's fires that are popping up, and the ash will land on the solar panel, especially at night, will just end up just falling, and then the dew will cause it to stick.
The first thing that you notice is you'll notice it, especially of a dark colored car, even a light colored car, but you'll see the ash on your car. And so when you see that, you want to look at your solar panels, and if you can see them, you'll see that buildup has created on your solar panels. So
Yeah, and I do notice now when we're cleaning solar panels for summer, we are getting a lot more dirtier solar panels, a lot more ash that has fallen on the solar panels and has stuck to the solar panels. And people are giving us a call because the production is very low, and they're calling us to have them come out and clean the solar panels. So it makes a big difference after we get them nice and clean and what have you. But we wanted to talk about how fires will affect the solar panels and their productivity. Whether it's in Southern California or Northern California, you guys are getting fires up there too. And the most important thing is making sure that your solar panels are clean, and you get your productivity back, because there are guys out here that would just use some cheap equipment and go out there and they'll try to clean it off, and they go over it maybe one time or what have you. So, be careful with that. We go out there and we'll clean them 6 to 8 times and make sure that we bring them back to brand new status. We have the right equipment when we clean solar panels. We have a rotating brush that I've been using for almost over 5 years now, that is specifically made to clean solar panels. And
Well,
go ahead.
for a lot of solar panel cleaners, they don't start off using. Sorry.
Another call. So, I mean, we're still on the clock. We're still out there working. So she's going to go take that call. And so, I don't, when I say this, I don't sit here and try to, you know, put people down for not having the equipment that we have. Okay. That's not the whole thing of this podcast. Look, I made a video yesterday that, and I went back 5 years to when Rick and I started this business, and I put the video out there, and I showed you guys that we used 12-inch brush when we first started. So we did the exact same thing. We're not excluded from starting with the cheaper stuff. Um, it was all of about maybe 2 weeks, and then we got rid of it because we knew that it wasn't going to work for us. We Rick and I were saying, well, at this we're older, we're not as young as we used to be. When we clean solar panels, we're going out there and we're going to clean them, but we're gonna think smarter and not work harder. And that's exactly why we went to the Twins, which is some rotating brushes, and then we went to the Solitech brush, which is a 23-inch brush that covered a bigger spot, bigger area, but we were still out there pushing uh, the brush itself. And then we went to the C1000, which was a rotating brush, and we spent close to $7,000 just for the pole and the brush and all that. And we've kept it since. And as a matter of fact, I paid off that brush a week after I got it and ended up buying another one. So we have two of the C1000s.
So what I was gonna say is a lot of solar panel cleaners, when they're starting out, they don't have the equipment that you have, so they get what they can afford because of their budget and what they're starting off with. So with them starting out that way, they do the best they can with the equipment that they had bought, and then at some point when they get more clients and they start building up their clientele, then eventually I guess at some point they'll get the bigger and better equipment to be more efficient with cleaning the solar panels.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. I was talking about most people start out with the cheaper stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You can use the cheapest stuff you want. That's totally up to you. That's your company. I'm talking about our company. I'm talking about when we started out with the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
With a 3-inch brush or it's a 12-inch brush, which is and it lasted us 2 weeks. And I got rid of it after 2 weeks because I knew that wasn't for me. Now, we like to tell our customers that we have the best equipment out there because we do. We have the Solitech brush. It does great. It takes bird feces off on the first pass. Um, there are guys out here making videos that are stressing that the Solitech brush doesn't take bird poop off, and I think that's nonsense. I've been using this for 5 years, and every single time that I clean solar panels, the bird poop comes right off. What I say to these guys is, you obviously don't know how to handle your equipment. You don't know how to work that C1000. If you've seen me in my videos, you see how smooth I am with it. You see how I handle that thing with one hand, and I go out there and I clean these solar panels. And then you see these other guys that are sitting here reaching over, which I teach people not to do. You lose your balance, you fall over. That brush is spinning at a high rate of speed to where if it gets caught on something and you got that and you're off balance, then obviously things are going to happen. So when I have the C1000 and I use the C1000, you're paying for experience. You're paying for my experience, and I go out there and I can clean tons of solar panels in a short period of time. But I don't expect the same person to go out there and be at my speed. It's impossible for a lot of them because they're just learning how to use the system itself. Now, we use a high pressure system to clean solar panels, to rotate that brush. Now, people will sit there and say, well, isn't high pressure bad for solar panels? Well, it is if you're going directly high pressure on the solar panels themselves. But you have to remember, any rotating brush out there has to have high pressure in order to turn that transmission. So the high pressure is basically going to the transmission, but the water coming out is not high pressure at all. It's literally dripping on the solar panels, and it's very low pressure when it comes down to that. So we've been using this for many, many years, and we've been cleaning a lot of big corporations with this and stuff. And this is really good. We use this equipment for stuff like the fires that are going on, for all these fires that are going on, building ash, getting a lot of this stuff caked onto the solar panels because of the heat, and it takes it right off. And when we're done, these solar panels look brand spanking new, and they perform like you first got them. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to be able to clean the panels and have productivity during the summertime. Now, we even talk about this is is summertime the only time these guys should be cleaning their solar panels?
No, because you're using your energy 365 days out of the year. So even in the fall and winter, as it gets cooler, you're going to start using your heater,
Right.
and then you're putting up Christmas lights. And especially, I've heard from a lot of customers that they're using a lot of energy when they have a pool as well. They see that with the pool, there's a lot more um, energy that's coming from just the pool itself. That's
Right.
not including, other appliances or electronics they have in their house. So I've been noticing that a lot from customers that have a pool.
Of the production.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the whole reason, people give us a call, because there's solar companies out here that will not do solar panel cleaning. Most solar installation companies will not clean solar. They won't. It's too cheap for them to go out there and try to offer that service. This is why we've been in business for over 5 years. This is why we go out there and we get 10 customers a day, to go out there and clean solar panels, because everybody comes to us, they give us a call, and then that's our job. This is what we do, is we go out there and clean the solar panels, do window cleaning, do bird proofing services.
Window cleaning. Let's make for a commercial.
Well, okay, so
exterior window cleaning.
here's the thing. Okay, you're right. We do exterior window cleaning for commercial only, our company. So when people call us, we refer window cleaning to somebody else. We don't have time to do that because we are so busy with our main purpose is solar panel cleaning. That's our business. And bird proofing. We can do bird proofing and solar panel cleaning, and that will keep us busy all summer long without touching gutters, without touching windows, without doing any of that. And so if I'm looking at the four services, uh, gutter cleaning, window cleaning, solar panel cleaning, bird proofing, the two services that I'm really going to concentrate on are the bird proofing and the solar panel cleaning for commercial and for residential. That's my thing. I chose to do that. I leave money on the table for somebody else to pick up these other jobs. If they want them, they can have them. And it's not that I don't, it's not that, the services, I'm not taking those services because I don't want to. I'm taking those services. I'm not taking those services because I just don't have time. Now, if I had 15 employees, well, maybe that's a different story. There's companies out here that have just started a year ago and have 10 employees already, and or 15 employees, and those guys they gotta keep them busy. So the guy who owns that company, you pretty much he's trying to find work all day long. So whether you go out there and promote yourself through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or any other third party services, You got to continue to do that to keep these guys working. And summertime, you'll keep them working. Wintertime, these guys are going to be gone because there's not going to be enough work just for solar panel cleaning. So they got to do pressure washing, they got to do gutter cleaning, they got to do putting up the lights for Christmas. They got to do other stuff, other sources. That's what they have to do to try to stay busy. And so, which is all good. That's totally up to them. Whatever they want to do, that's their company.
Whatever puts food on the table.
Pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. But even for like us, we have repeat customers all year round. So we're cleaning solar all year round, every 6 months for residential and every 3 months for commercial. So, we stay busy, and that's a good thing. There's other companies out here that are just starting out. Those are the ones that are going to be hurt. They're going to get hurt the most because one, they don't have the reviews that like we have or anybody else who's established has. Um, there's I can say out of the 100 solar panel companies here in Los Angeles, there's maybe 6 that are really being known right now. I can name all 6 of those guys, but I won't because that's my competition. But there's plenty of business for everyone, even for new people coming in.
Now, since you say about new people coming in and wanting to start their business, because we're already heading towards the end of March, what do you recommend when it comes to, it's the fall season is going to be coming, summer season is going to end and fall is going to be coming, colder weather is coming.
Well, I mean, that's a touchy subject because there's guys out here that are going to disagree with me. There's guys out here that are going to sit here and go, well, you're being lazy. You're not going out there and getting all the services or what have you. So when I say that this business is seasonal, all I have to do is look at my bank account. We just look at our bank account in December compared to July, and it's night and day. And a lot of people don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that they can keep this business going all year round. Well, it's hard when you have no reviews and you're starting out as a new company. There's guys out here that are buying equipment right now in July and don't have anything. And those guys right there are going to have to hustle for only a month. And then after that, well, they better be hustling for window cleaning. They better be hustling for gutter cleaning and other services because solar panel cleaning, I kind of think of it as this. I think of it as you buy all these presents until December 18th or 19th. And then after that whole week, everybody's rushing to go get all these presents for Christmas. And then the day after Christmas, what happens to all these retailers? They end up starting to lay off most of their employees. Why? Because it's a seasonal business. And when I say seasonal business, this is a seasonal business. I've been teaching this for 5 years. I've been teaching people this industry, telling them that. But other people disagree with me. And they make it known. They sit there and go, no, he's full of it. Whatever. If you don't want to listen to me, listen to them. And you'll find out the hard way. Because you've been with me for 3 years now. How is it during the wintertime? And she's honest, to be, really honest. Go ahead.
From my experience, not just my experience. I'm not, referring to other people. It's my experience when starting with Henry. It was busy even during the winter season because we didn't get a lot of rain. It was just cold, but we were still busy. Now, the second year was a lot of rain from like, I want to say from November to April, May. It was a long rainy season. And the phones were almost or dead because it was constant rain and not a lot of people wanted to, get their panels cleaned because
And
it's cold, it's rainy, that changed the business in that period of time.
you watch my videos. Just watch my videos that I have made in, we'll say, um, March, maybe February. Watch those videos. And in those videos, I'm going to tell you, summertime, as soon as the heat hits, you guys are going to be busy. Everybody's going to be busy. It happens every year. It's when it gets really, really hot, everybody starts to call you. And it's like, I need the services today, not a week from now, not 2 weeks from now, not 3 weeks from now. I need it done as soon as possible because they see the urgency of all the heat coming in, and they're losing money because their solar panels are clean, or I'm sorry, they're dirty, and then they want them clean right away. This happens every single year. And I made that known in my lives. I made it known in my videos. And I told you guys, rainy season, you're going to get lots of rain. Summer, you guys wait. It's going to be hot. Very, very hot. You're going to get fires. I said this months ago. And look, now we're getting fires. We're getting lots of fires going, a lot of ash, a lot of dirty panels, and everybody's calling. But here's the difference this year compared to the last few years. People are watching YouTube. They're doing their searches. They're trying to figure out the best way to get better production on their solar panels. So they're watching videos like ours. And then what they're doing is they're comparing prices.
A lot more this year of comparing prices from customers. They are doing
Their
their
homework.
homework. So keep that in mind as a solar panel cleaner when you're trying to price things out because customers are being smart and they want the cheapest possible.
Some do.
Not all.
Not all.
Some. But you have to keep that in mind when don't be surprised if somebody says, okay, well, I'm going to check around.
Let me ask my wife. Let me ask my husband. I'll get back to you. They're really checking other people. That's all they're doing. We're smarter than that we know. And even you as a customer should be not even be thinking about cheap. You as a customer should be thinking about your investment, about how much money did you spend on your solar panels to have somebody come in as cheap as possible and ruin your panels overnight by scratching the glass, by putting soaps, detergents, any stuff that will void your warranty because you just don't know. Like I said, this business is not regulated. This business, anybody can get into. Anybody can start this business with a felony record, you name it. They can come up on top of your roof and go out there and clean your solar panels for $50 as long as they have a truck, a broom, a mop, a squeegee. Doesn't matter. They can sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to advertise on Instagram. I'm going to advertise on Facebook. Solar panel cleaning for $1. We've seen it. And guys click on it and they go, oh, yeah, you know what? I can do it for $40. You won't find those guys around a year from now. You won't.
Now you see, even people that wash car washes, they are affected so much when it rains. they're not washing cars.
Mm-mm.
So their business starts declining during when it rains for 3, 4, even a week, because no one wants to get their car washed when it rains. But then they see their business increasing as soon as the sunlight comes up, the blue skies.
After it rains.
After it rains, they notice their car's dirty. You see all these car washes are busy.
They're full.
Because people want to get their car washed because
it's the mindset. That's all it is. It's the mindset. And when I had my solar panels on my house, I cleaned them every Friday because I knew how important it was to make sure my solar panels were clean all the time to get the best production possible. Let me repeat that. To make sure my solar panels were clean every single time to get the best production possible. Now, we've heard people that have told us, I just got my solar panels and I'm going to wait a year before I decide to clean these solar panels. What they don't realize is they're losing tons and tons of money by doing that. If you were to do it right as a customer, you get your solar. This is how it works, people. You get your solar panels, you get them installed on your roof. You got to wait for all the permits. That doesn't happen overnight. You're talking months. So your solar panels are up on your roof, just sitting there, getting dirty. And yet, as soon as they get activated, people don't clean their solar panels and they're already dirty. So your production from the first day is not going to be the best production possible. If you were to say, okay, this week they're going to be activated and they get activated, and then you make a phone call and say, I need to get my solar panels clean, and you clean them, that is the best time to clean your solar panels as soon as you get them activated, not a year later, because you'll never know how much money that you are losing until you get them clean. And when you get them clean, this is what happens every single time. I ask, do you guys have an app? Yes. They look at their app. We clean the solar panels. Their app is basically going like this. And all of a sudden, as soon as we clean those solar panels, guess what happens to the production? Starts to go way up. And they go, oh, didn't realize it really made a difference. Because it's education. It's educating you guys to make sure that you know these solar panels have to be clean. Why don't you think these solar companies aren't telling you to get them clean? They don't mention anything about getting them clean. A lot of solar companies will not tell you because they are selling you a $40,000 system, a $30,000 system. And me as a salesman would sit there and go, oh, by the way, should have them cleaned at least twice a year. That right there may prevent you from buying that system. So a lot of them are trained not to mention it. Oh, the rain will clean them. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, rain will clean them. How often does it rain in California? How often? Other than Northern California, which gets most of the rain, Central California, Southern California, San Diego, you're not going to get a whole lot of rain unless a storm comes in or what have you. But you get the sun, you get the sunlight coming in almost 365 days out of the year. Almost. Same thing with Florida. Same exact thing. Florida is a little different. They may get the sunlight, but then they have a storm that comes through maybe during the summertime during the afternoon for an hour, and then it's back sunny again. Okay. Other than that, you got Texas, really, really big, really hot. And most of these states now, especially during the summertime, are getting more heat than ever before.
Like Nevada hit really
Las
high
Vegas.
temperatures the past few weeks.
How about Arizona?
And Arizona too.
Arizona is beginning chilled, 110-degree weather, and this is not something that um, you're gonna have to look at your solar panels and really pay attention to how dirty they are. If you see that your solar panels are filthy and dirty, you should be making a phone call to somebody like our company to sit here and say, I need to get these solar panels clean and get them cleaned as soon as possible. Even if you get fires coming through, you get fires, you get lots of smoke, you can smell the smoke. If you can smell smoke, you're going to get ash. And that ash is going to fall right on your solar panels. Just look at your car. Look at your car. When you take it somewhere and you got ash on your car, if you have ashes on your car, then you're definitely going to have ash on your solar panels, and that is going to uh, affect the productivity big time. So you got to make sure that you get them clean. Guys, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to put it in the comments in chat. We have chat open, so if you guys want to go ahead and say something in chat, we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, what have you. So thank you guys for the thumbs up. We really appreciate the thumbs up too. We're going on 30 minutes. Wow, 30 minutes already we've been talking. I've been talking. Mm-hmm. Your turn. No. What do you want to talk about?
It's miserably hot.
Very, very hot.
It's very uncomfortable. It's very the heat. The breeze is warm or it's hot, so you know that it's pretty muggy out there. There's storms going on in the mountain areas, which makes it more humid out here.
Right.
So it's a very sticky.
We go out and we give 2-hour windows on our appointments, and lately we've been starting really super early.
I've been getting this guy up early to try to beat the heat because I know how much it could affect him being up on that roof. So I'm always making sure that he's being taken care of up on the roof. But we try to start early because this heat is just it's not good.
It affects my beauty sleep, and I need my beauty sleep, and she's waking me up super super early, so I'm very
cranky,
grouchy, because when I have to get up before the sun is up, I'm not happy. But we know we got to go out there and clean solar panels and get them clean as early as possible, because a lot of people have this misconception that solar panels are going to start cracking and breaking and all that at 12 o'clock noon when it's hot. And in reality, it doesn't even get hot. It's hot at 12 noon, but it's even hotter at 2 or 3. It's hotter then. And, we clean solar panels all day long. Whether it's up in Palm Springs where it's 110-degree weather at 9 o'clock in the morning, we're out there cleaning. And I always tell people, you got to be hydrated. You got to stay hydrated. And you're going to be burnt out more than these solar panels, breaking or cracking because of water that we're putting on them. And most of the people don't realize that by the time that the water goes through our high pressure system and through our reservoir, our tank, we have 100 gallons sitting in our van. And that water is pretty much on the outside temperature anyway. And by the time that it hits the panels, it's not warm. It's pretty much almost as hot as it is outside. And, good 85, 90 degrees hitting that solar panel. when it's 100 degrees outside, not going to make a big of a difference at all. And whether it's 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, doesn't matter. Um, and so we want to make sure that we go out there and um, want to make sure that you go out there and you just stay hydrated and what have you. Tim Rivers gives us a big thumbs up. Appreciate that. Petra, hey Petra, Petra Hernandez. It says you will break before the panels will in heat. Absolutely, and this is what we've talked about. We've talked about you being dehydrated, and if you're not taking enough water coming in, you're working all day, getting flustered, what have you. That could happen, and you're going to break before your solar panels. And there's been some jobs where we've gone up there, and I tell her, I was like, man, this one really beat me up.
Mm-hmm.
We had one that was 60 panels. 60 panels, and I think it was on a one-story home.
70.
Oh, it was 70.
Mm-hmm.
I lost count. And I'm cleaning these panels, and I'm cleaning them. It's like there's more, and I'm cleaning them. And
it was hot.
It was hot. I had my hat on. My shirt was completely drenched. I mean, just wet. And when I came back, I literally sat in an air-conditioned van drinking a big thing of just water, just drinking. And I knew, and it was pretty bad. And so sometimes you have to try to figure out or realize what your breaking point is. Okay. How much can you go out there and do, or time for you to sit there and take a break, and you want to make sure that you don't go out there and pass out in somebody's roof or something, or ambulance is called because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So you want to make sure that when you go out there, cover up. We always try to cover up, long sleeve shirts, especially when it's hot. Wear some long sleeve shirts, cover your skin, make sure you're not going to get burnt. Make sure you wear a hat. Sometimes I forget my hat. I don't wear my hat. And she gets mad at me because I don't wear it, but I feel it. And it's like, okay. So sometimes you have to sit there and listen to what your partner is telling you. And it's just for your better, for your good. And sometimes you just have to take that pride, put it aside, and go out there and get the job done and go home and not have to worry about,
overheating
yourself or something bad, was to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Petra says, hi, Susan and Henry. Hello, Petra. Long time no see.
Must be very busy.
Must be very, very busy. Yes. Yeah. As for us, we are extremely busy. Working weekends, working almost 7 days a week sometimes. So sometimes we have to.
Sometimes not 7 days. Give that extra day.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes,
mm-hmm.
not all the time. Tim Rivers says, need to make a live just for the clients so they know why they need them done. And we do this all the time, Tim. Mm-hmm. Tim, we are talking to customers. Mm-hmm. Customers are actually watching my videos. I know that because we get a lot of customers that said, hey, Henry, I saw you on YouTube. I called you because you talk about solar panels, exactly what I needed to know. And then they're giving us a call and we're booking them. So we talk to customers all the time. If anything, these lives right here are for customers. It's just that we happen to have a lot of solar panel cleaners that actually watch our show. So yeah, we appreciate that. He says, I'm going to make sure mine does as well. Petra says there's long sleeve shirts with 50% UV protection, hat and gloves. Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to look into that, Petra. Thank you for that information.
For what? The 50% UV protection?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and it's even myself, when I'm handling the C1000 and I have the fiberglass pole that I'm using, it gets really, really hot. So I'm wearing gloves just because it's just hot, too hot to handle sometimes. And 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 I use gloves most of the time anyway, whether I'm rolling up a hose or what have you. If anybody that wears gloves, it's me. Look at these hands. What do you say about these hands right here? What do you always tell me?
They're very soft.
They're very, very soft, like a baby's butt. That's how soft they are. And people always tell me, oh, you have soft hands. She tells me, oh, you have hands like a girl.
He does.
I was like, whatever. So if anybody wears gloves, it's me.
Sometimes they're softer than mine.
Yeah. And yeah, what can I say? I got soft hands. So getting off that subject, okay, so make sure people, whether you're a customer or not, and here's the thing, even if you're a customer or you're looking at this video, pay attention to what we're saying. Avoid the guys out there that don't have the insurance. Avoid the guys out there that are just, they show up and they're using your hose to go out there and spray solar panels. They don't have the right equipment. Pay attention to those guys. Today, we went to a customer's house today. He called us because he said the last guys that did the solar panels, that cleaned the solar panels, took forever. They were using the wrong equipment. So when I got there, I actually found broken tiles. And so when I looked at it, I took a picture of the broken tiles themselves. I sent these tiles down to Susan, and let me show you right here. If you can, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and just bring this in. Oh, they'll see it right now. They'll see it right now. You see that? Broken tiles. That right there, we shot to the customer right away. We let them know that there was broken tiles before we even started. And this is what you have to do to protect yourself as a company and everything else like that. And customers don't see that. They don't know, because if somebody breaks your tiles and they're not honest and they don't tell you, you leave it to the next guy who comes up. And that's where the customers get screwed, because when it rains, all of a sudden they got a leak in their roof. Something happened to where they don't notice until after the damage is done, to when it starts to rain. And when it starts to rain, people are calling going, hey, I got a leak in my roof, and nobody's been up there except for these solar panel guys that were cleaning my solar panels a year ago. And this is where we talk about stuff like this, to where we're talking to you as the customer and saying, pay attention to who you're hiring, because that's going to make a huge, huge difference. And for the guys out there that are trying to be legit, getting their workman's comp, getting their general liability insurance, getting their commercial auto insurance, W-9s, all that, incorporating their businesses. I applaud you. I give you a lot of credit for that, because this is an unregulated industry. and it's unregulated, so anybody can come up in here and clean solar panels. So maybe there can be some changes down the road. Who knows? We don't know. But as of right now, anybody can come in and clean your solar panels, and you just got to be really careful who you hire. And if you know who you're hiring, they do a good job, leave them a good review. If they do a so-so job, leave them a review, whatever. Let other people know what type of service you're getting. Right?
Mhm. Whether it be solar panel cleaners, whether it
Anybody.
be anybody that goes up on your roof for whatever service you're getting, make sure they are legit company.
We had, I think we had the other day, we had somebody who was a pest control inspector.
That
And
was a while ago.
no. This was recent. This was last week, and I'll prove it to you. They called us. They said, "There's birds underneath the panels. This job's too big for me. You can have it if you want it."
An exterminator. That's what it was.
Okay, exterminator.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why you didn't recognize it, because it was an exterminator.
Mhm.
So they gave us a job. Susan called them. She set it up. We went out there last Saturday.
Mhm.
Last Saturday did bird proofing, and there was 4 birds that we got out from underneath the solar panels, and about 3 nests, big nests. If anybody who was doing bird proofing and they didn't get those nests out, probably would have caused the fire, because there was so much uh, twigs and everything right there on the modules, sitting right there. That's where the pigeons were. And luckily, they called and we got them out, and we bird proofed the whole thing, and it was done. So this is what we're talking about. It doesn't matter. You have other people that are up on the roof. They're checking things out, and we go out there and we inspect anyway. As a matter of fact, we had somebody call us today, talking about.
Oh, they called and asked if, if we do bird proofing, and she says she thinks there's birds underneath, but she's not sure. So I told her that, that Henry will go out there and inspect it and make sure before we do any cleaning.
See, I don't like to go out there and charge people for services they don't need. Okay, that's not our thing. Our thing is, we're not that type of people that we're going to go over there and we're going to say, "Oh, you need this, and this." Okay, when you really don't need it. And so I'm going to go up there. I'm going to take a look and see if there's nest or anything there. And then we are going over there to clean the solar panels. And sometimes we'll sit there and we'll say, "You know what? You have birds underneath there. We're going to clean the solar panels and do the bird proofing. We can do them at the same time. And instead of us cleaning them today and wasting your money, why don't we just wait and go and do everything all at once?" If they decide to do that, no problem. But if they sit there and go, "Well, you know what? I just want the panels cleaned. It's probably a little too much for us right now," we're going to clean the solar panels. But at least we can go up there, inspect it. And what I'll do is I'll take pictures and I show proof that there's pigeons or nests or anything underneath. And we send them to the customers. And once we send them to the customers, they're happy. They're cool with that. And 90% of the time, they're setting up a bird proofing and solar panel cleaning at the same time anyway. So as long as you sit there and you're honest with them and you tell them and say, "Hey, look, this is the service that we can provide." We don't, and a lot of times we're on a schedule doing 5 or 6, 7 jobs a day. So if bird proofing comes along, you can always reschedule and do everything all at once, right?
And we do bird proofings early in the morning. We don't do it later in the afternoon because it's way too hot. So we'd like to hit it, where it's a lot cooler early in the
Yes.
morning than it is as the day progresses.
Yeah, I think Saturday we started at about 6
Mhm.
o'clock Saturday.
We're done in 3 hours.
We were done in 3 hours with
Mhm.
20 something panels that we had to bird proof. And that's we bird proof 26 panels.
Mhm.
Took the 3 nest out, the 4 birds, and we had that done in 3 hours before the heat came.
Mhm.
And man, I mean, luckily we got it done fast.
Mhm.
We knocked it out. And um, like I said, I don't like to get up when before the sun does, but that day they told us it's going to be 110 degrees today, and that's all I need to light a fire underneath my, to get out there and get started cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Tara Lynn Lewis. Hey, Henry and Susan. Thank you for the hearts. What's going on? Haven't seen you guys in a while.
I'm sure Carolyn's been busy, but I don't know how you do it out there. I heard a couple of days it was 120 degrees in Vegas.
And we're talking about Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're talking Petra out there on the Central Coast. Carolyn says, we've been busy. And like I said, I said this months ago. Every solar panel cleaner is going to be busy. Every single solar panel cleaner. Because as soon as the heat comes, everybody starts to call. And that's, what is it?
Tara Lynn says it's hotter than the devil's balls out here. Tara Lynn.
Those words came out of your mouth?
Yes. And Tara Lynn, it's not lying. It's in Nevada.
No, it's just hot.
It's just brutally hot.
Who's the next one?
Marista Ray.
Mm-hmm. Hello, guys. Can you explain the Super F Plus business? Thank you. Okay, so I have the blueprint that for you to start the business, what you need to actually get started in the business. If you're not in solar panel cleaning, that's the blueprint. Okay. The Super F fan is basically you'll get a star next to your name there. It shows me that you're a super fan. We have super fans that have been with us for a couple of years now, and they got the little star next to them. And we kind of give them props and all that. And if there's any special videos or any videos that we need to put out just for the members, we put them out for the members, and then the members have them. That is our membership. And it's a monthly membership. It's not that much, but that's what that is in detail. Now, if there's anything that we have to go and say we're going to put some new stuff in there, it's easy for me just to go out there and put some new material in the blueprint itself. But it's a guideline of how to get started in this business. Look, guys, there's lots of videos. I have over 600 videos just on this YouTube channel alone, over 600. But I do not give you all my secrets because I wouldn't be in business if I did. Okay. This is for my members. My members will get some special things that I will do, and I'll push that out there, and they will be able to see that. So if you become a member and you buy the blueprint, that's just a little bonus for you. Today, as a matter of fact, today, we were doing, okay, we had a video that showed 9,800 solar panels on a solar farm that we were doing. And this guy put in the comments, price. And I basically said, why would I give my competition my price? And you have to understand, if I was to go and give you my price, I would be out of business. I wouldn't have contracts with Target, FedEx, UPS, Panda Express, all these big corporations. I wouldn't have these contracts if I gave everybody on YouTube what I was pricing out my stuff at. So I also have private training that I do. And that's way more expensive, but it's you and me
That's their Zoom.
one on one through Zoom, and we talk about whatever you want to talk about. But you're going to pay for my knowledge, for my experience. There's guys out here that text me every single week and want to do ride-alongs. I do 0 ride-alongs during the summer. 0. As a matter of fact, I don't do ride-alongs anymore. I will not have somebody do a ride-along with me for the insurance purposes. Going out there and making sure I don't do it because I had a situation where we had somebody that went out with us. They got hurt. They try to file an insurance claim, and I won't do it again. So I talked to my insurance agent, and they said, do not have anybody go out with you. And we don't. So I don't offer in-field services where you can come out and tag along with me. And there's guys out here, believe me, that will try to get it for free. Hey, let me just hang out with you, and I'll just, nope. My time is worth a lot more money than you coming out and learning what I had to learn in 3, 4, and 5 years. This is why I am over here right now, and my YouTube channel is taking off. Almost 7,000 subscribers now, over 2 million views on my YouTube channel right now. As a matter of fact, we exceeded the 2 million views last week, which I'm really, really proud of. I'm really happy about that. But I want 10 million views. That's what I'm shooting for. And I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers. That's my goal. And I cannot sit there and give all my secrets away to just anybody who's trying to figure out how to get into this business without paying for anything. Because, for one, it's not fair to the members that are paying for the service. And then it's not fair to the people who actually pay for my course. And so, we have to be really careful about, what information is being put out, because we have well over 100 new solar panel cleaners just in my area alone, just here in Los Angeles. Over 100. When I started, there was 0 solar panel cleaners. 0. Now there's over 100. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what happens is when you get more people that start to watch our videos, and you get more people that feel like, oh, I can do this, and I can do this better than this old man right here, they start their own business. And so, no problem. You can start your own business. This is what we educate you on. This is why we do our lives every week, just about. We do our lives. Even when we're super tired and super busy. We came home today, barely had enough time to get in the shower and come back out and do this podcast.
Sometimes, it's rare, but sometimes if we're extremely tired, we'll wait till the next day to do the podcast, because we're just burnt out and exhausted and don't want to talk. We want to rest because it was hot.
That's you.
That's me. You too. Yes, that's him.
Tim Rivers says, your videos give me enough knowledge, but I would become a duper just for the one-on-one. Yeah, no problem. I mean, listen, anybody can call us at any time and ask us questions, and we do answer our phones.
Not in the middle of the night
I'm not talking about the
because we're
middle of the
sleeping.
night. They call us during the day. You get all the phone calls. I'm usually up on the roof. As a matter of fact, I will put down the phone number, or you'll do it. Go ahead, since you. And you guys can give us a call and ask us questions and what have you. During the day, hopefully, um, where we're working, because she picks up the phone, and we have a very nice system. So we use the House Call Pro up here. We're super pros according to House Call Pro, and we do a lot of stuff with House Call Pro. We've generated a lot of money through House Call Pro, and so we got a nice little plaque there. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but there it is. Socal Solar Certificate of Achievement.
We've been having clients pay Rizal a lot more
Yeah,
because we've been pushing that because, people have their phones and it's quicker. It's easy for them to, even if they're not home, it's easy for them to just pay the invoice.
right. We do a lot of things a lot of other companies will not do. Um, we have the customer pay later. So I will go out there, clean the solar panels, get them all done, and then we're trusting that that customer will pay us. And so we'll send them, excuse me, we'll send them an invoice, or Susan will send them an invoice, and then we'll send them the pictures and everything. And then once they pay, they get all the pictures, they get all that, and it works out real well for us. We do that a lot with our repeat customers, but the repeat customers we do a lot. So um, for those of you that are new to this channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that, and hit that notification bell. That will let you know when we are actually on. Because sometimes we will do lives, especially when we're out in the field. We may be doing a live or what have you. There's a few videos that I actually want to put out this week that I feel that's important. So we're going to put some videos out. I think I'm going to put one video out probably tomorrow. You don't know about it yet, but
we're going to try to do it early so that we're not spending so much time on the roof.
No. It's not even something that has to be on the roof. No, not at all. It just happened to do with my C1000. A little bit of maintenance on it. But a lot of people don't know how it comes apart.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you did a few videos on
I did a video on that, but you know what? It seems like people kind of miss this, so I have to redo it all over again to show people, hey, this is how easy it is to, take this apart or look at the transmission. Or one of the things that when you become really good at your equipment or knowing your equipment, then you know that, like for me, I use the C1000. I love the C1000. This is what I use. I don't use anything else other than the C1000, and I use the Solatech brush, 23-inch Solatech brush. I'll use those. Now, if my C1000 slows down on me, I know from here, I already know, hey, there's not enough water coming out of here. It's starting to slow way down. So I will literally go out there and I can take that apart, clean it up, put it back together, brand new again. So Tim Rivers says, have you ever hooked up your pre-sprayer on the C1000? Tim, I don't even have a pre-sprayer. You don't need it. I mean, I don't need it. I've been using this for 5 years now. I know a pre-sprayer came out, and you can add that onto the C1000 if you want to. Um, but I know my equipment well enough to where, look, I know that it's 2.2 gallons coming out of that thing, uh, and if it's less than that, I'm working on it. Um, and I know the flow of my water ratio of 100 gallons, what I should be using on the average. Um, on the average, my C1000, I can clean 4 to 5 houses with 100 gallons, and that's a lot of solar panels. I could be 60 panels, 70 panels, 30 panels, 20 panels. I can clean all those with 100 gallons, about 4 to 5 houses, and then I'm going back out there and I'm replenishing the water, getting the water.
Tim River says needs to get back in touch with Jan to figure out the setup. Jan is very, very good at all the,
Technical stuff.
that really technical stuff that,
Yeah.
To really get in and figure out what is the cause of something not working on the.
And to be fair, I've sent my stuff, my transmission back to Jan, and he's worked on it and found the problem that I didn't even find. And he's, oh no, it's found this problem over here. It was this, blah blah blah, no problem. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's very good at what he does, and I think he's one of the best that knows about the C1000 Solitech brush. Him and Diana, they are superb when it comes to knowing their equipment.
I can vouch for that. I've seen Jan
At work
when it comes to
getting
taking
down
apart the C1000 and finding exactly pinpoint a little piece of rock that we missed out on.
No. A grain of sand.
A grain.
A grain of sand that literally clogged one of the jets that prevented a huge slowdown in our C1000.
Mm-hmm.
So,
why would you need a pre-sprayer for C1000?
Terralyn Lewis says,
why would you need a pre-sprayer for the C1000?
I don't know. I don't use the pre-sprayer. Me personally, I don't use it because there's enough water that goes out. If there's not enough water going out of your system, Tim, then you probably have something going on with a clog or a filter.
You'll notice
or something.
It because your brush will start to slow down when it's spinning. You'll hear the what do you call it? The gears.
The gears.
You'll hear the gears more and more, and it starts to slow down. You'll notice the spin is going slower and slower.
Like I said, there's guys out here that badmouth the C1000, and you know what? That's fine. They can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want with the C1000. I've used the C1000. I love the C1000, and I've seen guys on videos that do not know how to use it. They don't. I sit there and I'm like cringing because there's so much water being wasted. They're too slow at it. There's some that go way too fast and not allowing enough water to get onto the panel. And the whole secret for the C1000 is to make sure you take that at a certain speed to where there's quite a bit of water building up and going out there and cleaning it when it's really, really wet. I've heard guys say that the C1000 doesn't pick up bird poop, which I think is full of it, because every single time for the last 5 years, I can tell you, I've cleaned up every single bird poop that has been on solar panels with one pass. One pass. And I made videos on that, showing bird poop on here, and went and just did a nice pass on it, and it cleans all the bird poop whatsoever. It's a selling tactic for them to sell another brush. No problem. That's fine. You buy whatever equipment that you want to buy, totally up to you. But at the end of the day, you will see me on any big job, little job, residential. I'm using that C1000. I think there was a time only when I took the C1000, we had a problem with it, that we were using the Solitech brush and had to use the Solitech brush.
Yeah.
But even that was great because you got 500 PSIs coming out of that brush, out of that one little outlet going out, spraying out the sprayer. You have 500 PSI going out, nice, even flow, and you can wet 4 or 5 solar panels all at one time just by lifting it up just a little. I show those on videos. So, all right, guys. Well, this was the videos we were talking about production with fires, smoke, and everything. So, you as a customer, feel free to give us a call if you want. Set up a time to clean your solar panels. If you're not in an area, call your solar panel cleaner near you and try to set something up to get those solar panels clean and, go from there. Tara Lynn says, we use both those brushes too. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. We appreciate everybody coming on to our live. I know a lot of you guys, we an hour and 10 minutes stuck around. We appreciate every single one of you. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We're going to have dinner now.
Are you buying?
Yes.
You're buying dinner?
Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. I got to go because I don't pass up food. So we'll talk to everybody later. You guys have a good one. Have a safe one. Stay cool out there. We will catch you guys next week. Don't forget to smash that like button and let us know how we do. Okay? All right, guys. Catch you on the next video. We'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys. Peace.